In the golden heart of Kenya's Masai Mara, where the grass whispers secrets of survival, a wounded lion named Sunny struggles to rise. Once a proud ruler of the plains, now broken and alone. From the shadows, the sound of laughter cuts through the silence. Hyenas, dozens of them, the same pack that once destroyed his pride and everything he lived for. Outnumbered, bleeding, the king of the savannah faces his final battle. Through the dust, a towering figure emerges, a giraffe named Mary, the kind of creature lions hunt, not befriend. Yet in that desperate moment, Mary charges forward. Her hooves strike like thunder, scattering the hyenas into the wind. And beside her, the fallen king breathes again. In the days that follow, Mary refuses to leave. She guards Sunny through the long nights, as if she remembers a debt written in the language of the wild. Two enemies sharing the same horizon, one with strength, one with grace, bound not by instinct, but compassion. And soon, the truth behind Mary's act of courage will be revealed, a secret from her past that connects their fates forever. Because in the wild, sometimes mercy roars louder than fear. The sky over the Masai Mara is restless. Clouds rumble like distant drums, their bellies heavy with rain. Wind sweeps through the tall savanna grass, bending them like waves in a golden sea. For most creatures, the storm is something to fear. But for one lion, it's a mirror of his soul. His name is Sunny. Once, his roar was a promise of power. His mane caught the sun like fire. He was the protector of his pride, the undisputed king of a vast territory where antelopes grazed and elephants passed in peace. But that was before the fall, before the night when lightning burned the plains, and hyenas came like ghosts. The rain hits hard. Thunder growls across the horizon. Through the downpour moves a shadow. Sunny. His golden coat is darkened by mud, his steps uneven. Across his side runs a deep gash, half-healed but raw from the storm's sting. Each step leaves a faint trail of blood that the rain quickly washes away. The mighty lion has fallen far from his throne. He no longer walks with a pride, no lioness by his side, no cubs following behind. The wind howls through the emptiness around him, carrying memories he can't silence. Once, this land echoed with roars. Now it only whispers. Sunny stops beneath a twisted acacia tree, panting heavily. The storm lashes his mane, but his eyes remain sharp, scanning the darkness. Lightning flashes. For a split second, he sees shapes moving in the grass. Hyenas. 5, maybe 6, lurking, watching, waiting for him to fall. They know weakness when they smell it. And tonight, Sunny smells of blood. The first hyena lets out a high-pitched laugh. Then another joins. Soon the night becomes a song of mockery. Laughter circling the lion, growing louder, bolder. Sunny lowers his head, growling deep from his chest. He knows how this game ends. He's seen it too many times. Once the hyenas surround, they wait until the lion's strength runs out. But Sunny is not ready to surrender. He roars, a sound that tears through the storm, echoing across the plains, filled with pain and defiance. The hyenas flinch, but do not retreat. They know time is their ally. Sunny lunges, his claws raking the air, scattering them for a heartbeat. But as he lands, his wounded leg buckles. The largest hyena charges in, biting at his flank. Sunny turns and strikes with all his might. The hyena yelps, rolling away, but others close in. The circle tightens. The old king is running out of strength. Then, a sound cuts through the chaos. A deep, heavy rhythm. Not thunder, not wind. A towering shadow moves through the sheets of rain. A giraffe. Her name is Mary. Her coat glistens under flashes of lightning, and her long neck moves like a watchtower scanning the battle below. The hyenas hesitate. Even they know not to anger a creature that tall, whose kick can crush skulls. Mary steps forward, her enormous legs slicing through the grass. One hyena darts too close. Crack! Her hoof connects. The hyena is flung aside, silent. The others scatter, confused. Sunny, bleeding and dazed, stares up at the giant silhouette before him. unsure if she is real or some vision brought by exhaustion. For a moment, the world stands still. The rain slows. The hyenas retreat, snarling from afar, unwilling to challenge the impossible. And there, in the heart of the storm, predator and prey meet, not in violence, but in something neither can explain. Dawn creeps across the savannah. The rain has passed, leaving the land glistening with dew and silence. Sunny lies beneath the same acacia tree, his body weak, breath shallow. Nearby, Mary stands quietly, her long lashes blinking against the morning light. She doesn't move closer, not yet, but she doesn't leave either. Her herd is far in the distance. She should return, but something keeps her rooted. Maybe it's pity, maybe curiosity, or maybe, deep within her gentle heart, she knows that the wounded lion she saved is not a monster, but a soul just as lost as she once was. Sunny lifts his head slightly, eyes meeting hers. No growl, no threat, only a silent understanding. In that single gaze, the savannah witnesses something rare, the birth of a bond that defies its own laws. As the sun rises higher, Mary walks away, her long legs casting slender shadows over the wet grass. She stops for a moment, looking back at the lion still lying beneath the tree. Sunny watches her go. Something in him stirs, something long buried beneath pain and pride. He doesn't know it yet, but this is not the last time he'll see her. Because fate, or perhaps something beyond it, the very idea of creation itself, has tied their stories together. In the wild, where only the strong survive, something new is being born. Not from power, but from compassion. In the heart of Africa's golden plains, one act of mercy will echo beyond the laws of nature. A lion's roar and a giraffe's silence, two spirits bound by survival. But as new dangers rise, they will soon discover the wild remembers every bond, and every debt must be repaid. The Masai Mara awakens under a soft sunrise. The storm has passed, but its scars remain. Broken trees, scattered feathers, and puddles that shimmer like mirrors in the tall grass. For the animals of the savannah, it is a new day, one of survival, instinct, and quiet recovery. But for two unlikely creatures, it is the beginning of something the wild has never seen. A lion and a giraffe. Sunny wakes to warmth spreading across his face, the gentle touch of sunlight breaking through drifting clouds. His wounds ache, but the bleeding has stopped. Around him, the air smells of wet grass and hope. He lifts his head slowly, scanning the horizon. The hyenas are gone. Silence. For the first time in weeks, he can rest without fear of attack. But then, movement. Not far away, the towering figure of Mary grazes quietly, pulling leaves from the trees with graceful ease. Every so often, she glances in his direction. Her eyes, wide, gentle, curious, are unlike anything Sunny has ever seen in another creature. He doesn't understand it. She should have fled. She should fear him. Yet here she is, staying close, as if guarding him. Sunny lowers his head again, exhausted but strangely calm. The presence of the giraffe brings an unfamiliar peace, one that doesn't come from dominance or strength, but from something deeper. Over the next few days, the lion remains beneath the acacia tree. His wound limits his hunting, forcing him to rest. Normally, this would mean certain death, but Sunny isn't truly alone. Every dawn, Mary appears. Sometimes she grazes nearby, keeping the hyenas at bay with her height and keen sight. Other times, she ventures to the edge of the river, as if making sure no predators lurk nearby. She does not bring food, nor touch the lion, but her presence alone becomes his shield. Sunny, once the king of hunters, now finds comfort not in the kill, but in the company of a creature who should have feared him. At night, when the savannah glows under the moonlight, he watches her silhouette against the stars. Her calm movements slow his heartbeat. For the first time in moons, he sleeps without dreams of loss. By the fifth sunrise, Sunny gathers enough strength to stand and limp toward the river. Each step is agony, but determination pushes him forward. His reflection in the water startles him. The once mighty lion looks older now, leaner, his mane tangled by storms and dust. But when he looks up, he sees Mary watching from the hilltop. Her long neck tilts slightly, as if acknowledging him. Sonny bows his head, not in defeat, but in silent gratitude. Somewhere deep within, he understands that without her, he would have become a meal for the scavengers. The savannah may never understand this moment, but he does. And in that moment, something changes in him. The king who once ruled with pride begins to feel something far greater than dominance, the quiet strength of humility. But peace in the wild is fragile. Far from the acacia tree, danger stirs. The same clan of hyenas, humiliated, hungry, and vengeful, has followed the lion's scent. They've learned patience. This time they will not strike blindly. As the sun sets, the grass whispers. Eyes glint in the shadows. Sonny senses it before he sees it. His ears flick. His muscles tense. A low growl escapes his throat, not of aggression, but of warning. Mary hears it too. She stops grazing and scans the horizon. Her heart pounds. The hyenas are closing in. Night falls fast in the Mara. The moon rises pale and cold. Sonny stands before the acacia, his injured leg trembling. He's ready to fight again if he must, even if this battle will be his last. Mary stays behind him, her massive body partially shielding his back. Her eyes shift nervously as faint shapes dart through the tall grass. The laughter begins again, that familiar, bone-chilling sound. The hyenas appear, their eyes glowing like coals. But this time, the scene is different. The lion doesn't stand alone. The giraffe, tall and defiant, lowers her head and lets out a deep, bellowing snort. A sound few predators ever hear up close. The hyenas hesitate. They know her power. One kick could end them, but they circle still, driven by hunger. Sonny growls louder, his roar echoing through the night. The savannah trembles, not from dominance, but from determination. Predator and prey, united against chaos. The first hyena charges, then another. Mary's hoof strikes, Sonny lunges. The battle explodes beneath the moonlight, strength and grace moving as one. Dust swirls, growls and screeches fill the air. When silence finally returns, the hyenas are gone, scattered once more into the night. The land grows quiet again. The moonlight spills over the battered ground, revealing two survivors, both breathing heavily, both alive. Sonny lies on his side, exhausted. Mary stands nearby, her body trembling, but unbroken. Slowly, she lowers her head toward him, as if to check if he's still breathing. Their eyes meet. Two souls who should never have crossed paths, now bound by something the savannah cannot name. This is no ordinary alliance. This is the beginning of an impossible bond. Morning comes. The golden light washes the plains, turning every blade of grass into strands of fire. Mary grazes beside the tree once more, and Sonny watches her quietly. He doesn't roar anymore. He doesn't need to. His presence alone keeps scavengers at bay. Her watchful eyes keep him safe. Together they move like the two halves of an unfinished story. Predator and prey rewriting the very rhythm of nature. Over time, they begin to understand each other's cues. A flick of her ear warns him of danger. A low rumble in his chest tells her it's safe to drink. No words, no sounds, only instinct, only connection. But the wild never allows peace for long. Far to the east, beyond the dried riverbeds, a drought is coming. Food will grow scarce. The balance of the Mara will shift once again. And when the next trial comes, one that will test the limits of courage and sacrifice, the world will witness something that no naturalist or camera has ever captured. The moment when compassion becomes more powerful than fear. The bond between Sonny and Mary is more than chance. It is a thread woven through the heart of creation itself. Proof that even in the wild, kindness finds a way to survive. But as the dry winds return and danger rises again, this fragile peace will be tested. And what happens next will change the savannah forever. Morning breaks over the Masai Mara. The golden light spills across the plains, glinting off the tall grass, still wet with dew. For days now, a lion and a giraffe have walked together. An alliance that defies nature's rules. Sunny, once a hunter, now limps beside his unlikely companion, Mary, the giraffe who saved his life from the jaws of hyenas. Her long shadow stretches ahead of him, guiding their path through a land that seems both endless and dangerous. They should be enemies. Yet, here they are, bound not by instinct, but by something deeper. The days are long and dry. The savannah, still recovering from the last storm, grows harsher by the hour. Waterholes shrink to mud. Prey grows scarce. Sunny's strength is returning, but hunger gnaws at him. His body remembers what it means to hunt. His heart, however, hesitates. One afternoon, a herd of impalas grazes in the distance. Sunny crouches low by instinct, muscles tensing, tail flicking. Mary senses his shift immediately. She stops and looks back, her tall neck rising like a sentinel over the plains. Their eyes meet, and in that silent exchange, something happens. Sunny freezes, torn between the predator he was and the companion he has become. He exhales and turns away. Mary lowers her head, her large eyes calm and trusting. She walks closer, brushing against the dry acacia leaves. It's the first time in history that a lion chooses peace over hunger. Because of a friend. As twilight descends, the savannah changes. The world of hunters awakens. Hyenas laugh in the distance, jackals yip, vultures circle high above. Sunny and Mary move carefully. The memory of that first attack, when she saved him, still lingers. But tonight, danger comes not from the ground, but from the sky. A storm brews again, lightning flashing over the horizon. The wind grows fierce, carrying the scent of rain and fear. Mary trembles. Giraffes fear the storm. Their height makes them vulnerable to lightning strikes. Sunny senses her panic. He nudges her leg, growling softly, guiding her toward the shelter of a ravine. Thunder cracks, and Mary bolts. The lion chases after her, calling with deep roars, his voice nearly swallowed by the storm. For a creature built for solitude, Sunny now fights against every instinct to keep her in sight. Finally, through sheets of rain, he finds her. Trapped near a fallen acacia, her long legs tangled in its branches. The hunter becomes the protector once again. Sunny claws at the branches, snapping them with desperate strength. The storm rages around them, lightning striking just beyond the ridge. At last, the giraffe is free. She leans down, pressing her head gently to the lion's shoulder, her breath warm, trembling. In that moment, fear melts into gratitude, and gratitude becomes trust. Days pass. The bond between Sunny and Mary deepens. They travel together, each watching over the other. Predator and prey now protectors of each other's survival. But in the wild, peace never lasts long. One night, under a moonless sky, the laughter of hyenas echoes once again, closer than before. The same pack that nearly ended Sunny's life has found their scent. Sunny's muscles tighten. His golden eyes flash in the dark. He knows that sound, the same cruel cackle that haunted his nightmares. Mary freezes, her head turning toward the shadows. From the tall grass, glowing eyes appear, dozens of them. The leader hyena steps forward, snarling, its scarred muzzle proof of old battles. This is not a random encounter. This is a hunt for revenge. Sunny roars. The earth trembles beneath him. Mary swings her neck, kicking the ground with thunderous force. But the hyenas circle faster. One lunges at Mary's hind leg. She kicks, sending it sprawling. Another darts at Sunny's wounded side, reopening his scar. The lion collapses for a heartbeat, pain searing through his ribs. The king has fallen once before, and he will not fall again. With a final roar that shakes the night, Sunny lunges. He bites through the hyena's shoulder. The leader falls limp. The others scatter into the dark, their laughter fading into silence. Dawn breaks. The savannah is quiet again. The storm has passed, and so has the battle. Sunny lies beneath an acacia tree, exhausted but alive. His mane is wet with dew and blood, both his and his enemies'. Mary stands beside him, lowering her long neck to nudge him awake. He opens his eyes slowly, the golden light reflecting in them once more. The fire of a king reborn. Once, a giraffe saved a lion. Now the lion has returned the favor. In the wild, survival is often measured by strength, but sometimes it's defined by the courage to care. Together they rise, a lion and a giraffe, a bond beyond fear, beyond instinct, beyond explanation. And as they disappear into the endless savanna, the wind carries their story of a friendship the world thought impossible. But legends rarely end in peace, for in the heart of the savanna, new eyes are watching. And the next storm will test not just their bond, but their destiny. The African sky burns red as the sun dips below the horizon. A strange stillness covers the savanna, the kind of silence that comes before chaos. The wind dies. The acacias stand motionless. Even the birds have stopped their evening calls. Mary, the towering giraffe, raises her long neck, nostrils flaring. Something feels wrong. Her ears twitch to a distant rhythm, soft, low growls rolling through the dusk. Beside her, Sunny, the lion she once saved, walks carefully. His golden mane, now darker from weeks of dust and rain, ripples in the fading light. His steps are lighter now, his strength returned. But the scar around his leg, the mark of the trap, still aches when the air cools. They move together, slow but sure, through the tall grass. For weeks, they've survived the odds, storms, hunger, and isolation. They've learned each other's rhythms, the way Mary freezes at every sound, the way Sunny lowers his head before leaping into tall grass, hunting quietly so his unlikely friend can rest. The savanna has never seen anything like them, predator and prey moving as one. And tonight, the world will test that bond. The first hyena appears in the distance, a shadow under the blood-red sky. Then another, and another. Within moments, 12 pairs of glowing eyes encircle them. The same clan that once stalked Sunny's pride. The same killers who ended his family's legacy. A low growl rumbles in the lion's throat. His ears flatten, eyes burning with fury. Mary steps back instinctively, her heart hammering. Hyenas are fast, ruthless, and relentless. A giraffe can kill with a single kick, but only if she stands her ground. The clan leader, an old, scar-faced hyena named Shaka, steps forward, lips curled in a cruel grin. He knows Sunny's scent. He remembers the lion who once roared over this land. "You should have stayed down, old king," the hyena seems to sneer, pacing. "We finished your pride once. Tonight, we finish you." Sunny answers not with words, but with a thunderous roar, the kind that shakes birds from trees and echoes across the plains. Mary flinches, but then her eyes sharpen. She lowers her long neck, muscles coiling. Sunny takes a step forward, his paws pressing deep into the soil. He knows what's coming. The hyenas charge. Dust explodes around them. Sunny lunges into the first attacker, claws flashing. The air fills with snarls, growls, and the thud of hooves. Mary kicks. Her hoof connects with a sickening crack. One hyena is thrown into the grass, but 3 more circle behind her. Sunny bites, claws, roars, his fury fueled not just by survival, but by something deeper. He's not fighting for territory anymore. He's fighting for her. For Mary, who stood by him when no one else did. Blood splashes onto the golden grass. Mary swings her neck, striking one hyena off balance. Another leaps at her leg, teeth sinking in. She cries out, pain echoing across the plains. Sunny hears her scream. Without hesitation, he charges, body slamming into the attacker, tearing it away. He's bleeding now, limping, but he refuses to fall. The hyenas regroup, snarling, surrounding them again. The moon has risen fully, a deep crimson disk above them, casting the plains in ghostly red. Mary breathes heavily, her sides heaving. Sunny stands close beside her, his fur torn, his mane streaked with blood. And then, a sound breaks through the night. The rumble of an engine. Headlights pierce the darkness. A jeep appears on the ridge. The same conservation team that once rescued Sunny from the trap. Rangers leap from the vehicle, shouting, firing warning shots into the air. The hyenas scatter, their laughter fading into the night wind. Silence returns, broken, heavy, but alive. Sunny collapses to the ground, panting. Blood trickles from his shoulder. Mary lowers her head, brushing her muzzle gently against his mane. A gesture of thanks, of sorrow, of something beyond instinct. Dr. Elena Martinez, the lead conservationist, approaches slowly. She can't believe what she's seeing. A giraffe standing guard over a lion. "This is impossible," she whispers. "Predator and prey, protecting each other?" Her assistant raises a camera capturing the scene. That image, the towering giraffe and the wounded lion beneath a red moon, would later circle the world, a symbol of compassion in the wild. Morning rises slow and golden. The plains shimmer under a soft mist. Sunny wakes to the gentle sound of Mary chewing acacia leaves nearby. His wounds are bandaged. The rangers tended to him through the night, keeping a safe distance as Mary watched over. He rises shakily, his eyes meeting hers. No words, no sound, just understanding. The lion that once lost everything had found a reason to fight again. The giraffe who once walked alone had found something worth protecting. And though their paths would one day part, their story, the story of Sunny and Mary, would become legend. Whispered among rangers, told by villagers, remembered by the wind. In the wild, the narrator says softly, the laws of creation are clear. Predator and prey. But sometimes, something greater writes its own rule. Not survival, not instinct, but love. As the camera pans to the sunrise over the endless savannah, Sunny and Mary walk side by side, fading into the golden light. And the savannah, once silent, begins to breathe again. Morning rises over the savannah like a promise kept. The golden light spills across the plains, painting every blade of grass, every distant tree, in shades of amber and warmth. The air smells clean, new, as if the land itself has taken a deep breath after the storm of blood and fear that passed the night before. Sunny, the lion, stirs beneath the shade of a marula tree. The bandages wrapped around his foreleg are stained but holding. The rangers have left quietly at dawn, leaving space for what they witnessed, a bond that defied reason. Beside him, Mary, the giraffe, grazes slowly. Her leg still bears the marks of the hyena's bite, a raw circle where the skin is torn, but she stands tall. Her neck reaches the high branches, her movements graceful again, deliberate, alive. The two do not speak, yet their silence is its own language, a rhythm of trust written in glances and gestures. Days pass. The savannah begins to heal. Rain falls again, soft and gentle this time. The rivers refill. Herds return to the open plains. Life, in all its delicate balance, begins anew. Sunny walks stronger now. His limp has faded, his muscles firm beneath his golden coat. Though the scars remain, they no longer mark weakness. They mark survival. Sometimes he hunts alone, small prey, never near Mary's herd. He keeps his distance when the giraffes gather, resting his head low in the grass. But Mary always finds him. From across the field she'll pause, tilt her head, and their eyes will meet. The bond is unspoken. The savannah does not understand it, but creation, in its vast mystery, does. In every corner of this world, life finds a way to teach compassion. Even in the wildest heart, kindness can bloom. Weeks later, the same conservation team returns, Dr. Elena and her crew, now with cameras ready, not weapons. They track Mary's herd through the tall grass, careful not to disturb them. To their astonishment, Sunny is still there, walking at a distance, as if standing guard. The rangers watch silently. One of them whispers, "It's like he's protecting them." Dr. Elena nods, her eyes misting. Sometimes, creation writes stories even science can't explain. That footage, of the lion walking peacefully beside a giraffe herd, his golden mane glowing in the sunrise, would later move millions around the world. News anchors would call it the bond that broke the laws of nature. But those who truly understood would call it something simpler. Love. Time moves as it always does in the wild, in seasons, not minutes. The rains end. The heat returns. The savannah grows dry again. And one evening, Mary's herd begins to migrate toward greener plains. Sunny follows them for a while, his shadow long against the setting sun, but eventually he stops at the ridge, the same ridge where he once lay wounded months ago. He knows this is where their paths divide. Mary pauses. She turns back, her great eyes locking with his one last time. No sound, no cry, just the whisper of wind between them. Sunny bows his head, the gesture of a king not in power but in peace. And Mary lowers her neck in return. A silent farewell between two souls who met against all odds. She turns and walks into the horizon, her silhouette fading among her kind. Sunny watches until she disappears, then turns toward his own territory. He is alone again, but not the same lion he once was. Seasons pass. Rains come and go. Cubs are born. Herds grow. The savannah forgets many stories, but not this one. In the evenings, rangers at the research post still talk about the lion and the giraffe who defied nature. They tell visitors how Sunny's roar once echoed through the plains not as a sound of power, but of gratitude. And when the wind moves across the acacia trees at dusk, it carries something soft, like the murmur of two spirits walking together still. For those who listen closely, the savannah still whispers their names: Sunny and Mary. The lion and the giraffe who proved that compassion is the strongest law in creation. In the heart of the wild, survival is nature's command. Yet every so often something greater shines through. A force that no instinct can explain. Compassion, loyalty, love. It is said that we are all part of the same creation, that every heartbeat from lion to giraffe is woven by the same hand. And when kindness breaks through the chaos, it reminds us of a simple truth, that life's greatest strength is not in claws or height, but in the courage to care for another. A shadow moves on the horizon, tall and slender beside one that walks low and strong. And so the story lives on, the guardian of the plains and the lion she saved. In every sunrise, their spirit still walks the golden path of life, together.